strategizes with customers. We welcome them to our part of the campus with an AI-powered piano that composes its own music, a rainbow staircase of the latest search trends, and a virtual reality rig to paint in 3D. It's enough to make Willy Wonka wish he had a golden ticket. We also have conference rooms. That's where the work gets done. They're more than your normal meeting space because they're purpose-built for the tasks ahead. Stuffed with power and bandwidth, sugar and caffeine, courtesy of micro kitchens tucked into a series of pull-out cabinets with drink and eat laser-etched into the sides. The conference tables, built from the same dark laminated wood, could be branded with Think. Here we collaborate with Google's largest customers on the future of their products and verticals. Today, I hold the title of Google's Chief Measurement Strategist. But ever since starting out as an analyst, I was always curious to understand how executives made decisions based on the work my team produced, and why two companies often acted differently when shown the same data. The question presented itself again and again. Why did companies use identical information to compete in entirely different ways? Over time, a pattern became clear. Most companies were focused on a single moment, a single sentence, a single interaction. Hey, take my offer. They were using the data to change creatives, colors, and targeting, changing words and tone across endless experiments, anything to get the immediate yes. But everything was short-term. It made sense. CFOs demand accountability. Digital advertising gave it to them. They could instantly connect clicks to action. They spent $1, and then the customer spent 10. It set the strategies in their weekly dashboards. But it was boxing the CMOs in. That one moment was all that mattered, and all that was measured. But to the CMOs, this made sense too. The larger they grew, the more data they collected, the better they could make the most out of each moment. Innovators, disruptors, or whatever new model the venture capitalists were funding would have to go through and pay for the same lessons themselves, setting fire to their balance sheets, until their competition sprinted ahead. Some of these companies had come to the Partnerplex knowing they couldn't catch up by running the same race. They needed a new way to compete. We helped them find it. Instead of optimizing to the immediate, what if you built a business around long-term relationships with customers, using data to understand who the best customers were and what products they wanted to buy, then building around them? What if you could leave your competitors with all of their data and their short-term thinking just to poke around in the scraps? The answer, you can, and it works incomprehensibly well. The marketing success stories over the next decade will be about more than just clicks and conversions. They will be about people and conversations with customers that build into relationships. A digital marketer walks into a bar and asks the first person they see to marry them. Crazy, right? But that's what companies do. That's digital marketing. And if the marketing team asks enough strangers a question, maybe it's 100, maybe 1,000, eventually somebody will say yes. The marketers give themselves one moment, one opportunity to drive a result, and they treat every interaction the same. They can change only so much: what they wear, which bar they walk into, maybe a word or two in what they say. And then the CEO asks, why aren't more people saying yes? Because others are playing a different game. They say hello, they start a conversation. They ask questions, actually listen to the answers, and let things develop. They begin to build a relationship one step at a time, and then they ask themselves, is this going anywhere? Their data tells them the answer, and they act on it. This book is a field guide to this new terrain, an exploration loosely organized around 3 themes: conversations, relationships, and self-improvement. It's not meant to be listened to once and then left to sit on your shelf. I hope you'll turn to it often and share it with your colleagues, excited by what you're learning. It is a guide filled with practical advice, but you won't find yourself lost in swamps of technical details. Along the way, you'll see signposts to a website with additional content that supports the lessons in the book, a community of practitioners to engage with on your journey, and a developing set of tools designed to do much of the heavy lifting for you. You can find the website at http://convertedbook.com. We'll start with conversations and the